Hey everyone, and welcome back. Or if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today we have something that has been requested by quite a few people actually. When I came into starting doing reaction channels, or my reaction channel, um, I started out with a Ren video, but it wasn't Hi Ren, and the reason was because I had already seen Hi Ren. I had already seen a few of his videos, actually. Um, So I didn't want to be disingenuous and do this reaction uh, without at least throwing out a couple of ones I hadn't seen already. It's been requested of me in the comments and through some messages as well that I do it anyway. But with the full disclosure, this is not a reaction. This will be more of a review than anything. I figured this is such an important song to all the renegades, to all of us, and to hopefully a lot of people that will hopefully see this video. I have some friends and family that have never been exposed to it, and maybe by watching my video, they'll discover Ren as well. And maybe we can break down this song a little bit more than I usually do in my normal reactions. I want to give some thoughts on it, some interpretation, and, just a little bit of my own personal insight into it, as well as maybe some of my own experiences. So, with that being said, we need to have a session first. I think this might be a little bit of an emotional ride. This song still gets me, even after seeing it so many times and seeing other reactors react to it. So, why not just share that experience with you guys too? I hope you guys enjoy it. And, if you're not going to share this video, share Ren's Hi Ren video with somebody that you care about, or a lot of people that you care about. It's a powerful message. So that being said, let's have our smoke session and let's get into it. All right. Okay, everybody. Hi Ren by Ren. Let's do it. I am going to play this with the closed captioning on. Even though I know all the words to the song, I have heard that Ren's team has been going through their videos and updating all the closed captioning on it. So this will actually be a first time for me watching it with the closed captioning. Plus, I have some friends and family that I want to see this, and I would like for them to be able to catch everything as well. So now that I know that the closed captioning is much more accurate, I'm going to go ahead and keep it on for you guys. So I hope that doesn't bother y'all, but then it can really help us kind of diagram everything he's saying. All right, so let's get it. Also, just a quick question, and I will cover my opinion on this before we get into it, or while we're in it. How many different Rens do you think are in this video? What's everybody's thought? I'll go through it and I'll definitely share mine with you as we go along, but I'm curious to see what how you guys interpret everything. So let's go. Let's do it. Ren. Pig mask. Okay, sorry to pause it already, but I do want to kind of get into the how many Rens are there. So here, in my opinion, is where we have obviously Ren number one, and I'll even get into a little bit of detail about each one. Ren one here is base Ren, at least in my personal interpretation of this. It is Ren. He is him on a normal day, playing his music. Obviously, he's kind of jamming out on the guitar, just having a little bit of fun, just, living life. Baseline Ren, right?
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Okay, so obviously we have the introduction of the second Ren now, which would be his darker side, the part that nags at him, the part that's in every bit of us that, you know, has doubt or, you know, just that voice in your head that puts you down, you know, the negative Ren. We'll call that negative Ren or dark Ren. And going into this next bit here where he goes into his more timid self, I still think that this is the baseline Ren here, so that hasn't changed. I think he's now just being bullied by this dark side, and for those of you who know what's coming, you guys know where I might think the next Ren comes in, but and it will be a little bit further into the song, but I think this is mostly your basic Ren being bullied by that darker self and casting that doubt. We're going to go back just a couple of seconds here. I don't want to make this too long for you guys.
See me, it's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Okay, since I'm not used to watching this on a larger screen like I am currently, a lot of the time I watch this by listening to or watching it on my phone on YouTube. And I just wanted to say, one of the most amazing things about Ren is his acting, his ability to get into these characters, to make us believe he is these different characters with these different pitched voices, with these different mannerisms, with these different everything. But I wanted to note just particularly his eyes. When he's doing the dark Ren, his eyes are wide and wild, and it's one of those things that harder to notice when you're watching on a littler screen, and I think I kind of appreciate now watching it on my larger monitor here. But it's those little details that sell it, right? You know? It's those little details. And yeah, you know, this is everything about it. And I haven't even really gotten into the lyrics yet. So obviously, you know, what he's, you know, saying, we'll just do a short synopsis here. He comes in, berates him for, you know, trying to, you know, ignore him basically. And he says, no, you know, I don't think I need you at this moment. And, you know, you're not making anything better. You know, I think I'm doing okay. And, you know, obviously he comes back at him with, well, you know, of course, you know, take another pill, do what the doctor says, you know, everything will be fine if you're an idiot and trust them, you know. And honestly, any of us who've had experiences in mental health care for any reason can understand that feeling, really. It can be frustrating, you know?
Perfect, they're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help.
You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not
Okay, just a really quick short thing. I can recite most of this song now, but I still can't do that part. I'm not going to prove it to you guys, but I very much cannot do that part right there. That the you are me, I am we, and I never remember what order everything on that is. Like I can do the whole rest of the song to myself, obviously in the car when I'm singing, but that's the one part that I can't get. It tongue ties me, and it's just amazing that he can do that live. But yeah, I mean, he makes a good point. You can't you can't kill that part of yourself. It's going to be around forever, you know.
I am we are one, split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere.
Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered.
I want to go back just a second because I had a thought, but it was totally a stoner thought because it was very fleeting. Shit, I might remember it later. Sorry, guys, that was a total stoner brain derailment here. I'm just gonna go back a couple seconds. My bad, you guys. You know how the danger is with these smoke sessions. Uh, I hope some of you can relate.
Man, you sound so pretentious.
Oh
Ren,
yeah, oh yeah. No, I gotta remember. Just with that whole bit with when he talks about not chasing numbers, statistics, or stats, and then about a year later he gets a #1 album in the UK, beats out the freaking the what's his name, the Rick Astley, the Rick Roll. That aged really well. By the way, did any of you guys see the video of him sitting there with his buddies listening to the radio waiting for the news to come in? Was anybody else just absolutely just oh man, it was just such a good feeling seeing how excited he was. I'm gonna get myself all emotional on that. All right.
your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that, I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before.
She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us.
That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Okay, I want to stop right there because I think I think reactors a lot of the time gloss over that last bit, or maybe it's just me that it hits really hard and home with. That bit to me was almost the biggest slap in the face that his dark side does with him. He spends all of this time knocking him down, knocking him down, knocking him down, and then the one time in the song where he really kind of, I don't mean to use the phrase, but he sacks up and, tries to, stand up for himself and be confident. And, and then just to hit him with, oh, well, you got a fucking God complex, just, man, I feel that so hard. You know what I mean? Sorry, that's just one of my personal, that one's one of the harder ones for me to listen to, the parts for me to listen to. And I'm sure all of you can understand why certain parts of this would resonate with different people in different ways. Let's go.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Love his acting.
Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason. Beheading all kings, I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mustopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender when standing in front of my solar eclipse. My name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
So I noticed a lot of reactors tend to latch on to some of the religious components of this, and I'm not gonna go towards my own personal beliefs on this, but I do know that Ren himself is not at least currently religious. But he does like to use a lot of the iconography because people recognize it. It's something that gives an image that people can share. And I think he's even talking in honestly even broader strokes. I mean, he mentions several names: Mistopheles, the Morning Star, Lucifer, Antichrist. But then he gets really into like even more like cosmic entity. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos and causes division. Like, that's actually one of my favorite lines of the whole song. I think it's such an intense concept. It is the chaos of everything of the universe. And it's just, I don't know, that's just a cool line to me, honestly. I just give him props for having just, yeah. So I will say too, also, I do know that even though he is not currently religious, during his time being misdiagnosed, for those of you who don't know, he was misdiagnosed with Lyme's disease. So he has Lyme's disease, and he was misdiagnosed for many years. He talks about it here a little bit. And during that time, he did reach to spirituality for a while, of many different kinds, as far as I'm aware, in search of the relief of pain. And I understand that, honestly, even if I'm not a religious person myself. I get it, especially going through something like he is. You would search for anything, search for any kind of meaning, any kind of anything. And so I understand why you would keep that around with you in your music, And I know some reactors kind of get a little bit eye rolly with the religious context of this, and I just kind of want to put it out there that he's not preaching anything here religiously at all. He's using, again, that kind of iconography that you're just familiar with to kind of give you the idea of the picture he's painting. Let's go here. We got another Ren coming here. So.
And I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Hi Ren, I've been taking some.
I'm sorry, I'm going to back it up here. But this is where the next Ren, in my opinion, comes in. This is Ren's light side, his courage, his hope. And sorry, I don't want to give too much away for people who may be seeing this for the first time. If you are seeing this for this first time, seriously, I will provide the link below. Go check out the video without me yammering on. This is definitely more of a review, clearly. But watch it all the way through. I think it deserves it. Even if you, or just give, you know, give him some love. Tell him you love him. So we're gonna back up just a little bit, but yeah, this is where I believe Ren number 3 comes in. Ren personality, or Ren subconscious, a different part of his subconscious.
Hi Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when...
Sorry, I'm gonna back it up again, but just that moment where he looks right at you, it just gives you a shiver. Couldn't help it. Sorry. Anyway, here we go.
But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand.
Sorry, I know I'm probably gonna pause in this section a lot because there's a lot to talk about. But I wanted to talk just a little bit about the behind the scenes on this one, which I think is very cool. For some of you may know that they did this in four takes. It is a full playthrough, but they did it 4 times, and this was the last time, and they were hurrying. And this held camera perspective wasn't actually planned. It was just something they did to kind of move things along, and it ended up creating what I feel like is a significantly more intimate feel in this portion of the song, and I'm betting they'd agree with that too. But yeah, this held camera here wasn't planned when they were doing their filming.
I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope.
Sorry, that line always gets me. Sorry. That line always gets me every time. Do me a favor, you guys. If you ever hear that voice, listen to it. Please. Please listen to that voice. Sorry. I know I'm saying sorry a lot. There's nothing to be sorry about, man. This is the emotion that it should evoke. Sorry, guys.
Know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today.
Hell yeah.
I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong.
Yeah.
And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different side.
There. This is where the 4th and final Ren, I believe, of the video shows up. The complete Ren. The Ren that has accepted both sides, the light, the dark, and is able to move on with his life. This is the... Well, I'll get into it a little bit after this last little bit. Let's keep going. I'm not going to back it up this time because there was a nice little stop point here, but just look at the look on his face, you know, that's... that that fourth Ren, the complete Ren, the functional Ren, you notice it goes back to his original kind of tune that he was playing, along with the sort of the vocalization, and but instead of him just kind of, playing around doing singing and stuff like that, now he's standing up. He's even got a little dance going, and you can tell that the dark side is still there because the lights in the background keep flickering, even though he's still having his fun. He's still able to jam out now. But we have a Ren here who is getting a handle on himself, on his problems, on everything. And I know you guys, a lot of you know what's coming up next, so I'm not going to talk too long on this, but I think it's just worth noting that we have a fourth Ren in the mix, and that it deserves to be noticed in his ability to live. Because he's clearly living a little bit more than he was there in the beginning, right? It's like he's having a little more fun, making music. I'm going to say this real quick before he starts talking, because I don't want to interrupt him. But for any of you guys who have not seen this part yet, please listen carefully. I'm not going to talk at all during it, so here we go.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare. But there were victims, and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Absolutely. I want to share a little bit about how I came onto Hi Ren. I've been a fan of reaction videos for quite a while. And for a long time, I kind of held off on Ren because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what it was about. But I kept seeing him pop up, specifically this video. And one day I finally decided, well, if there's anybody that I should watch that could dive into a new artist, it should be the charismatic voice. And so, shout out to her. I don't know if she'll ever see this video, but it's a fantastic channel. If you haven't seen hers, check it out. She's an opera singer and a vocal coach, and she really breaks stuff down, and she's amazing. But it was her channel that I watched Hi Ren on for the first time. And yes, I am sorry, you guys. I did not just watch the video by itself first. I watched it on a reaction channel, just like this. And even though it was chopped up, broken up, because she does longer videos, especially longer than me, and even then, it really said something to me, as I'm sure it probably has to a lot of you. His little monologue there at the end really, really struck home with me. The part about getting older and learning to relax. is something I'm trying to work on as I get older. It's difficult, as I'm sure many of you know. And but his reference to it as a dance really, really stuck with me. And I've been trying over the last, oh God, how long has it been now? Almost 2 years of watching Hi Ren videos and reactions to implement that into my life with my own issues. I don't have anything really crazy going on. Everybody has anxiety, depression, things like that. Um, but his advice has helped a lot. Um, instead of fighting the things that go on in our heads, dance with them. Learn to learn to move with them. Don't be so rigid. Uh, I am lucky in that I have a very supportive friend structure. Um, and very loving parents who I still probably don't tell enough stuff to, but you know, one of the basic things that I would say though is if you do have a support structure, and I'm sorry for those of you who may not, everybody's not going to be the same. I've considered myself lucky. Other people are maybe not as much. Tell the people in your life when you're having a bad day mentally. It helps a lot. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be specific. You don't have to necessarily tell them what's wrong, but just let them know. Let them know, hey, I'm having a bad day. You don't even, like I said, if you don't need to get into it, you don't have to. If you do, and they're willing to listen, great. But I feel like it helps if you at least vocalize it, get it out to somebody, even if it's just a best friend, your partner, whatever, roommate. If you've got a really cool roommate, um, just let them know. Let them know, hey, I'm a little bit depressed today, and just work with that because, like I said, vocalizing it for some reason, it feels like I don't know how best to describe it. I'm sorry. I'm kind of drawing a little bit of a mental blank on this, but it's just also I'm really stoned, so I'm kind of crashing on the thought train here. But reach out to somebody. If it has to be a therapist, do it, But sometimes it is just helpful to let the people in your life know that you're having a depression day, that you're having an anxiety day. And even if there's nothing they can do about it, for some reason it just feels like it's good somebody else knows, and it can help you relax a little bit. Um, I feel like I've rambled way too long on this one, you guys. There are a couple of Ren videos that I have not seen yet that I have very much been holding off on. One in particular that I want to do soon, and if you guys agree with me on this one, please let me know. I have seen Ren's video for suicide. I'm not gonna cut around that word. We need to normalize it. I have not watched For Joe yet, and if you guys thought I got a little misty today, man, suicide wrecked me hard, and it still does every day, even just thinking about it. Um, but I want to do For Joe, and for those of you who know who Joe is, great. For those of you who don't, Joe was Ren's friend as a teenager who committed suicide, and Ren has taken it very hard, uh, and he's written a couple of songs for him. Um, and I want to do that one. Hopefully, if enough of you give me the thumbs up on that one, I'll do that one. I would like to do that one. Anyway, enough of this downer here. I love this video. I appreciate everything that Ren has done for everybody who has discovered him and felt something through his music. So Ren, thank you so much, and the rest of you, thank you. Thanks for being here. If you're still listening to me ramble, then you're fucking awesome. So anyway, have a good rest of your day. Stay high, everybody.